Hi, Sheila here, and today I'd like to talk about a topic that can help with manifestation, but not only, and that is energies, energy bodies, and how energy works differently in regards, especially to connections with other bodies and other people. This topic is really important. I can tell you how to work with it with manifestation to make it work for you and not undermine your self-esteem and sense of reality. But it's especially important to understanding relationships and the multi-dimension aspect of relationships. Now, the thing about energy is that it can work in different timelines and in different dimensions. So you can feel someone's energy in a different timeline, on different dimension that person is actually in. I'll give you an example. For example, my friend feels me or my energy inside him. And I don't feel anything, I don't feel his energies inside me. I may feel his energy inside me, I may feel the energy of somebody else inside me. And that somebody else may feel my energy, but they may feel some other energy inside them. Okay? This means that the person whose energy we feel may not necessarily feel our energy. This is for those who are empaths. For those who don't know what I'm talking about, then it's okay. Then you didn't feel it. But if you are empaths and you do feel energies of other people inside your body or your consciousness, it does not mean necessarily that the other person in the third dimension has any clue of what you're feeling. Not understanding this can cause so much trouble that I'm being very elaborated about this fact. And then there is the dimension not only of space, but also of time. For example, I can feel an emotion that somebody felt, but not necessarily he feels it right now. It can be that right now a person feels something and I feel what they feel from afar. This is being an empath. It can also be that somebody felt something in the past and I feel it right now. And I could give another example. For example, I felt a rush of adrenaline that related to a trauma somebody else that I knew had experienced. He was wounded in a war, and I basically felt three things. I felt somebody tried to cut his throat, sorry for the trigger, he got shot in the head, and he had a heart attack. I felt these events that could have been in the same wounding in different parts, like different timelines, separated a couple of months from each other. So once I felt his wounding, he got wounded like maybe years ago, but I went through a traumatic experience with him and I experienced him. So I experienced the adrenaline when they tried to slit his throat, and then after a couple of months I experienced like his almost going through a heart attack. Like I felt I'm going through a heart attack. I was sitting with my friend and eating sushi, and then I was in a meditation after there was a dark timeline in a couple of people that killed themselves and so on. I was sitting in a meditation, and then I felt something here, and that my soul is trying to leave the body and trying to let the soul leave the body. Okay, and that was it took me a while to understand who is it. And this obviously was not something that happened to them at this point in time. So when you feel the energy of another person, if you're an empath, you could be feeling the energy of something that happens right now. You could be feeling something that happens in the past, maybe also in the future, I don't know. And it's important that the other person may be feeling what you feel, or things that you have felt in the past, but maybe not. Well, now, when there is an energetic portal, it's a portal. And I believe that if I have a portal and with another energy, then it's being transferred through that portal. Now, a person is a portal. For example, it can be that certain energy passes through me, or somebody feels my energy, and then there is somebody else that I feel, and then the energy just goes through me. Okay, for example, you can see, a lot of people can see, I'll give a simple example. How do people open tarot cards? Okay, they take the hands that senses energy, the hand they don't write with, and they go over the cards, and they feel heat somewhere. They feel some sort of heat, and then they pull the card. What they feel, if they are professional people, not people who are fooling you, what they feel is energy. And I saw it because it happened to me, and then the stuff that were written in the card was very related to me in a way that, other people pulled cards, and I saw that their stuff was also related to me, but not the way my card was related to me. So I was like, okay, and I felt energy, and I was like, okay, there's something interesting here. So this is how energy works. Okay, it's always relevant to you. How does that play a role in relationships? I'll talk about the karmic ones first, and then I'll talk about how to make it work for you. In a relationship, especially when you go through hard times, if we're talking about karmic relationship, we have a lot of needs and a lot of desires. Now, these desires may come about in the sense that we receive an energy that meets our desires. It can be sexual, can be emotional, can be whatever, and we receive an energy that meets our desires. Now, if, for example, we broke up with our friend, or we have an unhealthy relationship, and we receive suddenly an energetic rush of love from this person or from another person, it can be something that they felt for us in the past, and we feel it now. Okay, it can be something that they feel for maybe somebody else in the present, and we feel it now. It can be something that they feel right now. But all of these options are on the table, and it can be that they felt it, but they didn't, or it can be that they felt something that they needed that we felt, and it can also be that they were just busy, feeling somebody else's energy, so their energy went out of the body, and they were feeling somebody else's energy, and we felt their energy. This is especially important, for example, if you go through a breakup, you go through a very harsh experience where you have a lot of desires to feel the person, and these desires may meet energetically. This is why when you go out of a violent relationship, it is important to be aware of energetic field, and as much as you can try to separate the energetic field and move on to another energetic field that is more healthy for you, because the connection with the unhealthy partner is remaining energetically, and since they are unhealthy, then their attachment levels are unhealthy, and they're going to need and perpetuate energetic wounds on you. Some of it is called ruminating, for those of you who are reading narcissistic abuse advice. So it's important to know that if I have a need, then an energy may come and feel it, but it does not mean that the person right now is A, aware of it, B, interested in it, or is good for me. Okay, that creates a lot of misconceptions, a lot of things that we met our ideal partner and this partner loves us, and it might just be, but not necessarily. I'm going to talk about the healthy version of it later. It can also happen, like to me it even happened from people that I don't know, like people who maybe I like their art or something like that, and then I was like, okay, this cannot be that I don't have a connection with the person. And they could be feeling an energy of somebody else, and their energy is traveling along. And right now I had a certain need that was met through an energy that was near to me, like a song I heard, or a picture I saw, or something like that. So I am aware of how energy works, and I know about this. But people who are not aware of how energy works, they can think that, oh, this person now loves me and wants to communicate with me, and it may just be that they feel an energy, but it may just be that they're absolutely not aware of that. And this is something you need to know regarding any person and any relationship that you have. So it can be, when it's a breakup or something, it can be painful to acknowledge it. But there comes how you turn it to work for you. Now, manifestation, here we go back to manifestation, is about meeting our desires. It's about setting a desire to the universe and allowing the universe to deliver. What we can do is appreciate the delivery while keeping ourselves open to more of that, and to have that to incarnating in time and in space, and to have the time and space synchronized. So what you can do is ask for the fulfillment of that need in an area where time and space are synchronized with yours. Dimension, time and space are synchronized with yours if you're having this experience, especially if you're an empath. If not, you probably have either lost me or no longer listening to me because you haven't experienced that. So ask for the time, the dimension, and the space to synchronize in the experience. If you want it, you don't have, but this is how you can make this work for you. Because, for example, if I don't have a reference for being nurtured in a certain way, and I receive it from an energy that is foreign to me, then now I have a reference. Now I have a reference for what that desire feels like. Energetic reference. The reference is real. It's important to know your experience is real. It just means different things that you think than the things that you think it means. Okay? So be thankful for that reference. Be thankful for the energy, because it raises your frequency and expand your manifestation. This is exactly the same thing as, let's say, you manifested a relationship or a job, and you got a part of your manifestation and the part askew. Or you manifested a relationship that gave you a lot of stuff that you were ready to let in, but you still had beliefs that you have to pay a price for everything, and then the relationship can be unhealthy or even violent. That doesn't mean that you did not manifest right. It means that there are things you still need to release in order to get the full manifestation. So you just ask for just asking for more changes the whole thing. So just ask for more, and it will change the whole thing. Ask for what you really want. Okay? Can give. What example can I give? I think violent relationship. I want the person to both hug me and kiss me and treat me consistently this way. For example, if a person is being inconsistent, okay, I want a person whose love is consistent. Then, you want and you want and you want, and if you're ready to release this person, you don't have to even do the energy clearing. Some people say you have to energy. You don't even have to do that, It's enough that you release the person from the burden to having to be the specific person to satisfy your need, and you open yourself up to the universe. Then you may get it from unexpected places. So to understand how manifestation works, you need to understand that there are different dimensions, there are different timelines, there are different time spaces, and not everybody is aware of what is going on. When you have a person you can talk with this, fortunately I have a person I can talk with this about, and he experienced also stuff, so we can compare experiences and we can understand how does this thing work. And this is the knowledge that I give to you now for free. It's knowledge that can change a life. I imagine, I expect a lot of emails from people who are in karmic relationships telling me that, oh, they feel their lover, they feel like this. The experience is real, the energy that you feel is real. but it doesn't necessarily mean what you think it means. It doesn't mean that they feel it right now, that they feel it for you even, and so on and so forth. It is a beautiful thing when a person also feels something for you and you may feel it later, and so on and so forth, but it is not necessarily the case. And the important thing is to take the good reference and to ask for more. Specifically, ask for synchronicity of the dimension, the time, and the space in the experience. Because if there is synchronicity, for example, if I go out of my body, then my partner goes out of their body and we have a synchronicity in dimension, time, and space. If I'm inside my body and my partner is inside my body, then we have a synchronicity in time and space. So that would ensure that if I am out of my body, my partner is out of his body too, with me. And if I'm inside my body, then my partner is inside his body too, with me. Okay, this is how I manifest a whole experience. There I can enjoy both the beautiful out-of-body experiences that are in synchronicity with my partner, and then I can maybe we can control what sort of energetic field we leave for each other, like a present to be opened later if we go, abroad, or if we are separated, then we can make this work for us in a healthy relationship. It is like a person, when you start every skill, then everything is scattered around, and then you learn the patterns, then you can consciously work with it and have it working with you. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm thankful for all the energies that I receive from people who may not be aware. That is really beautiful, it's really important to me, and it really helps me deliver this knowledge on. And if you have any questions about this topic, this is a very intricate topic to understand. It took me years to get to the nitty-gritty details that I'm telling you right now. It's a very confusing topic, because the validating the experience and understanding the meaning of the experience is far more intricate when it comes to experience it in relationship than physics. Intricate as physics may be, and it is. So it's a very difficult topic. Feel free to ask me questions, and if you want to join my my email list and receive more elaborated knowledge and ask me more Q&A that I can answer elaborately, that can only be done through the mailing list, then leave me a private message on Instagram or on Facebook with your email asking to join the mailing list. It's a free mailing list. The content is free, at least at this time, probably for some time now that I'm working on content, and it's something that can really help if you're dealing with a specific issue around manifestation, around relationships, that I can help with. Then from my decades-long experience, I probably would have something to say that worked for me. So take advantage of that while it's still available. Have an amazing day, and I'll see you in the next video.